Greetings, it's Kimberly Sherry, International Energy Healer, helping you lead a life of wealth without worry. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the 5 ways to access more love in your life. And I used those words specifically because the word access is different than like going out and getting love. So the way to access more love is less about going out and hunting and chasing and all the external things. It's more about taking an inward journey. So the first way is accessing more of your heart energy. That's an inward journey going into the heart. And a lot of people don't realize that their hearts are kind of closed down. Maybe they've been in a bad relationship. Maybe they've been hurt. And so they're protecting their heart by closing it down. And so that doesn't allow you to access, hey Peter, that doesn't allow you to access the love that is in your heart. So that is number 1, is being able to open your heart, that heart space, that heart chakra. And so a lot of you, I've worked with a lot of people and they think they had a big open heart, but they didn't. It was kind of closed down. And so how do you know? Well, there is a way that I can measure this, how open your heart chakra is. And so those of you who are healers, you can also experiment with this. And there's lots of ways you can do it. If you know how to get an internal answer, you can muscle test, you can dowse, you can do lots of things. But right now I'm just sharing with you the 5 ways to access more of this love. So that's number 1, is opening that heart space. Number 2 is opening your circle of reciprocity. So this is a circle of energy that starts at the heart and it comes out your right arm. I know this might be reversed in the video, but it comes out your right arm, this energy, as you give out into the world. And then it loops around into your left hand and up your left arm, and it creates a circle of energy. So this circle of energy passes through your heart so that when you receive, you're going to feel validated. And it also goes through your throat so you can talk about what you need. It goes through your 6th chakra, all simultaneously. And also through your crown, so you don't have to get somebody else's permission to feel love, to get love. And so a lot of people, they're blaming their partner or blaming everybody else for not giving them love. Like you might give a lot of love or give a lot of yourself out into the world and then think nothing's coming back, or I give so much to this person and then there's just nothing coming back. Well, instead of blaming that other person, you need to discover if your left hand is open. Are you allowing yourself to receive all the love that's out there, the support, the money, opportunities? There's a lot of things in your world that want to come in, but it can't because your left hand is blocked. So this is another thing that needs to be assessed or determined to see if your circle of reciprocity is flowing. 3rd thing, releasing anger. Anger is the opposite of love, right? And so it has a very low vibration. It's a very contracted energy. And so a lot of people think that they're managing their anger. They don't get angry, But what I discovered once I could measure the vibration of anger is I didn't think of myself as an angry person either. But I had 55% anger at the time. And, I would get easily frustrated and annoyed. So it was kind of always kind of like brewing in the background. But even that much anger is going to alter your energy field so that you're not in your highest vibration. And in order to attract love, you want to be in this high vibration. So anger is also another thing that can be measured. How much anger do you have? Where is it? So that we can eliminate it, which is different than pushing it down and managing it. You want to eliminate the excess anger in your energy field, knowing that at the same time you can access your anger anytime you need it. There's a lot of people keep this anger brewing in the background as a way of giving them this false sense of security that they're safe because they can get mad and they can set a boundary, or and then people pay attention to that. So, but instead of having any anger at all in our energy field, we want to clear out all the excess anger, bring it down to zero, and then only access the anger when we really need it. And then it's much more effective. And you become much more magnetic too. When you have no anger in your energy field, it allows more room and more space for the love in your space to grow. Number 4 is embodying 100% of your feminine energy. So ideally, people will embody 100% of their masculine energy and 100% of their feminine energy. If you want to be a fully embodied, evolved person, you want access to both of these energies. So that masculine energy is the energy of the mind, and it helps you to get things done. It's that outward energy. But the feminine energy is the energy of the heart. That's that introspective energy that allows you to be more intuitive, take care of yourself, more self-nurturing. And that's a really important piece in being able to access more love. So the feminine energy, it's all heart energy. That's where the feminine energy originates from. Hey Bruce, you might have to start from the beginning, but that's okay. So embodying 100% of both masculine and feminine energy is super important so that you're balanced. And a reason why a lot of people don't access more of their feminine energy is because they think it's a weak energy, and they don't want to feel weak. And you know, the feminine energy, the female women have been pushed down and suppressed and oppressed and abused, blah, 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 for eons. And so now women need to start embodying more. Nice hair day, great. Good to hear, I was wondering. Especially since I've been growing it out, so that's good to hear. You're distracting me. So feminine energy, yeah, so be sure to and this is another thing that I can measure is, you know, how much masculine energy, how much feminine energy you have, and then finding the places where you're blocking it. So another super important energy. And then the fifth and final tip is emphasizing this idea that the accessing more love is an inward journey. You don't go outside to go get love. What happens out here, the love that starts happening out here, becomes a reflection of what's going on here. And so speaking of reflections, this is a really great exercise. If you've never done it, it might sound horrifying to some of you. And that is, I don't know if you've ever done this, where you get real up close to a mirror and you just look deeply into your eyes and just notice what comes up. Are you like mortified? Do you start crying? I know the first time I did it, I started crying because I tapped into that place where I had realized how much love I hadn't had in my life, and I had felt unlovable at that time. And so it might be really, really hard. Hey, Jack, it might be really, really hard to do this little exercise. But just know that if you look in the mirror close and deeply into your eyes and you start to cry, or you get mortified, or you like, hell no, you know, I look ugly, I feel ugly, that this is what you think that the people who are looking into your eyes are also thinking and feeling. And so that's not going to allow you to open up to love, because love starts here. Love is an inward journey. And so doing this little exercise, looking into the mirror and adoring yourself, letting you know how much you love yourself and how proud you are of yourself, and, you know, maybe even having to talk to that little girl or that little boy that doesn't feel lovable, and let them know that you're here to take care of them. You're here to give them the love that they never had. And so this is where it all starts. It all starts inward. And then you can start filling yourself up with this love so that you become more magnetic, you become more radiant, and then everything on the outside becomes that reflection or mirror back to you about how you really feel about yourself. So those are my tips for today. Hey, Bill, if you're just showing up, you might have to start from the beginning. So those are my tips for the day on how to access more love. So these can all be measured. How open your heart can be measured. Whether or not your circle of reciprocity is flowing can be measured. How much anger you're holding in your energy field, that can be measured. So those are just a few of over 30 things that I measure. The masculine and feminine can be measured. That in a Personal Vibrational Temperature Report. So if you've never had one, you might consider it. I'll post a link and you can see all the things that I measure and even where the energies are stuck. Like if you're a healer and you want to give it a go at kind of, seeing what you can move and clear yourself, you just need a second set of eyes. So that you can see, where the energies are stuck, then that's me. I'm that second set of eyes. So, and I do this. People, order their report, and it's people that I don't know. I've never seen. I've never spoken to. I don't know anything about them. Sometimes people will just give an email address, so I can't even connect with a name. I appreciate a name just so I can put it on the report, but I don't use any of that information to access what I'm going to tell you. So I tap into your energy field and I assess what's going on, and I tell you what I know from here, which is all the way in Sydney right now. It doesn't really matter where you are. And it's, the three most common things that people say is you nailed it, so accurate, and one more, something along those lines. Really impressed that I nailed it. So anyway, if it's something that you'd like to try out, you can click on the link and just see what's included, and it comes with a 30-minute opportunity to chat with me and get all your questions answered about your report and see if maybe there's something you want some help with. See if I can help you get there. Thanks, Bobby. It is perfect. So thanks for joining me, everybody. It's hard to believe here's another Friday. Today is January 11th, and here we do this at 11:11 every Friday. So the ones are a really powerful number. When you see that number on the clock, 1:11, 11:11, this is an opportunity it's like a snapshot in time. The ones are how your thoughts create your reality, because everything you think about is creating your world. And so the longer you think about something with the greatest intensity, the more intense you think about something and for the longer period of time, that's what you're creating in your life. So when you see those numbers, 11:11, it's a chance to stop and think about what you're thinking. Is it bringing you closer to what you desire in your life? Or are you stuck in all the negative crap and the coulda, woulda, shouldas and what somebody did and blah, blah, blah? That's not taking you closer to what you want to create for yourself. That's not taking you closer to your dreams and your desires. So it's a great chance to take a look at what you're thinking and see if you're on track. And if you're not, start changing your thoughts. Change your thinking so that you are on track, so that the thoughts you think about most is what's going to create your life and bring you to your dreams. So that's my spiel for today. And next Friday we'll be here just like that again. Here we are at the 11th, already into this year, right? This year is going to go super fast. So if you've had any plans of trying to do something different this year, start doing something different. If you want different results, you have to do something different. So maybe it's the temperature report. Anyway, I'll post that link below, and we will see you next week. And until then, keep asking my favorite question: how in the world does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of I wonder. Namaste, friends. Have a great day and weekend.